we want to talk about emerging economic structures that the West is trying to impose on Africa. Now, a few years ago, the government volunteered Kenya for a pilot program. This is a very wide program, so I'm not going to tackle all of it. I just want to focus on something very small about it. And it was the pilot program about something called UBI, Universal Basic Income. So basically what happened was that Americans showed up and went to a small village, several villages, and established a system where they send money to so-called poor people directly to them. Just give them a monthly payment because they are poor. That's it. I mean, it sounds so nice, like you're getting free money. So what it was basically a pilot program for the universal basic income, because they want to change the economic structures globally and launch more or less basically communism or socialism, whereby you don't own anything, you work for a giant corporation, and in exchange everyone is given a fixed amount of money. So Kenya is one of the places where they are rolling out that program. Now the entire idea at the end of it, this is what it's supposed to look like. At the very end, it's supposed to be you receive money, you go to work. Let's say you're working in a shop. It's not your shop, you're just working there, right? And the value, and I'm not sure how they're going to measure the value of someone's labor. But so you're working in a shop, and let's say the value of your labor, for example, let's say it's 20,000 a month. So under UBI, you will not be paid the value of your labor necessarily. You'll be paid a fixed amount that may be higher or lower than the value of your labor. Because we know that different jobs have different, incomes. And so, for example, if you're very poor, you'll get more money despite the job that you're doing. So if you're very poor, that's a good system because you're making more money. It looks good from the outside. But if you're wealthy and you're a property owner and you own, a lot, you will lose a lot of money. So you have to give up the extra value of your assets to the system. And so the system distributes the money to everyone equally. Basically, that's the concept of UBI. Now, in third world countries, that would be very different because a lot of people are not in the money economy. A lot of people are not, they actually are subsistent farmers. They are almost completely out of the system. We have entire people groups who are totally outside the system. And so what they're trying to do is to make sure that everyone is inside the system. And so they piloted this program, and they also piloted something that is called the Huduma Namba. Now that's a whole other video, just, to go deep into it. But basically on the surface of it it's a number, it's a digital ID that everyone is supposed to have, without which you're not supposed to be able to operate. You're not supposed to be able to open a bank account or go to the hospital or go to school or even enter a matatu without that number. It's a digital platform that the elite is working with the West to impose on us. And they want it to. So basically the entire idea of that is to link the Huduma number with your income, with your money income, so that you are not paid directly the money. The money is paid into that number. You understand? And the only way you can spend that money is through that number. You see? So they want to tie everything about your life to that number. So that when you go to the ATM, you're not using an ATM card, you're using that number. When you enter matatu, you have to scan that number. And the other thing they're trying to do is to get your medical records inside that number. your inoculation records inside that number, so that if you refuse to be inoculated by the chemical that the Mzungu has provided, your number is automatically blocked, so that you cannot go to the ATM and withdraw money. In fact, the entire idea eventually is to remove paper money, so that you're stuck with digital money. So if you refuse to be their chemical, you cannot enter Matatu, because you won't be able to scan the payment. You see, you cannot go anywhere and you cannot do anything. So this is the system that the elite of Kenya, in cooperation with the foreigners, is trying to impose upon Kenyans. And it is important for you to understand the implications of this. So basically, the idea is to create a prison, a digital prison for everyone, so that without this Huduma number, you cannot survive. And they're trying to pull in everyone. In fact, the situation has become so bad that Jubilee said that they want even children as young as 6 years old to have that number. Why? So that they can prevent them from going to school without the number. So that they can say that without this number, your child is not allowed to go to school. And the whole idea is to make sure that you get injected. That's the whole point. There is something that they want to introduce into your body. And so they're coming up with all these systems to make sure that you cannot escape from the thing that they want to introduce into your body. And so you need to be very careful about this. What the elite is doing to us is something that you need to begin waking yourself up to. The plans that they have for us is something that you need to be aware of. And what they really want, what they are really targeting, is the children. More than you, they want the children. The design is for the children. They want to introduce something into the body of the children, your children. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and comment below. Kenya's time has come. Our time has come. Your time has come. A time to succeed and not fail. A time to grow wealth and not poverty. A time to go up and not down. It's time for you to stop walking and drive your car. Stop renting and buy yourself a house. It's your time to get blessed. Join the CCV movement, and together let us keep poverty and unemployment out of Kenya. Become a member today. Donate what you can. And remember that the CCV is the only political organization in Kenya that is squarely built upon Christian values, unlike the rest. We'll see you next time. Thank you.